Welcome to Build for Bharat, where you and I learn from the builders and makers for Bharat. I'm your host, Sanjay Jain. Today I have with me Natasha Jethanandani, who is the co-founder and CTO at Kaleidofin. Natasha is focused on making financial services inclusive, particularly for the unbanked. Natasha, welcome to Build for Bharat.
Thanks so much, Sanjay, for having me. Really appreciate it.
Natasha, we have known each other now for a few years. When you looked at distributing financial products, you went through network partners who then have a physical touch point with the customers. I want to have you explain to our listeners how you thought about building tech so it could work in these really low resource conditions and how you're able to bring in trust in an assisted model.
No, that's a great question, Sanjay. I mean, as you know, our goal has always been to bring financial services to every customer in India. And when it comes to underbanked, informal sector, remote customers, convenience to get these services via a trusted channel is very important. Also, getting it at their doorstep is very important because they don't have the luxury to skip a day's work and wages, travel large distances. They don't factor that in. So we really felt like creating a high tech plus touch platform would solve this problem best. So I'll answer your question in two parts. One is we've made deep investments in tech so that we can work effectively in low network conditions. We optimize payloads, build for offline conditions, really, to handle also large uploads like KYC documents, videos sometimes. We've also worked really hard to adapt and test across, very, very different types of low-end smartphones so that we can work across anywhere in India with any agent. Since we work through field agents, we've also made significant investments in AI and computer vision based processes because this makes it really simple for them to onboard customers. KYC documents, payment documents like NAC are passed for errors. Live feedback is provided so that corrections are made immediately. And that drastically reduces error rates because they don't have to go back to the customer. And, the downstream funnel works much better. We've invested in AI and ML based models that predict the customer's persona and risk profile. And that allows the agent to seamlessly recommend the right financial solution because the backend is doing the heavy lifting for them. Whether it's a combination of investments, emergency credit that handles, volatility in the customer's life. Now, coming to the network partnerships based piece, right? We believe that in order to scale to every nook and corner of India, it's actually important to invest in partnerships. Kaleidofin excels in scaling and building platform tech, building data science rich models, and creating innovative, personalized financial products. But what are partners? We partner with institutions across the country and they are already working with millions of customers. Now, this really creates a win-win model because partners are able to offer newer, innovative product offerings to their customers, which helps them with customer retention. And they have feet on the ground. They know the customer already. They've been working with the customer already, which really allows the customer to have the trust that its products have been vetted, and it creates that trust that you were talking about. The other thing that really creates the trust is, providing help and assistance through the process. So our goal is to initially onboard the customer via an assisted model and then slowly help the customer build up the education and provide them the information, first via the agent, but then slowly transition into their own mechanisms to get it, whether it's via voice, via video, and eventually, via an app that they can sort of onboard themselves onto. So I feel really putting the customer at the forefront has helped us a lot because at every step, it has helped us to design the right solution and really focus on, intuitive product, deep investments in data science for persona risk profile so that we can give customers products, even though they have thin files, less credit scores, and also focus on SaaS product for the partners so that they can deploy these products easily.
Thanks for that. Very, very insightful. Natasha, let me try and summarize that. So what you have done is you have brought in a customer first point of view. You recognize that this is a low resource environment, so you build technology that allows you to deliver your services over these conditions. And there's a fair amount of AI and tech involved in actually getting KYC done, getting it right, etc. Beyond that, you build a profile of the customer that allows you to make sure that they're getting the right product recommendations. And all of this is being delivered through an agent application. And so it is the agent who's then able to provide the right recommendations to the customer, to walk them through the options, and to ensure that they get the right services. The problem you're solving for is both getting the right product to the customer while enabling trust through the agent and thus getting distribution right. All in all, I think this is really fantastic. Many of our listeners will benefit from learning about how to do this. Thank you for that, Natasha. It's been a pleasure to have you here with us.
Thanks so much, Sanjay, again for having me here, and looking forward to everything you're doing in Build for Bharat.
Thank you for tuning in. This has been another episode of Build for Bharat, where we feature bite-sized discussions with the architects who are building India's inclusive digital future. Build for Bharat is an extension of the Bharat Inclusion Initiative, where we support entrepreneurs who are building for Bharat with inclusive products. We are on the web, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Do write to us with your suggestions and requests to feature a guest or a topic. Build for Bharat is available on all major podcast platforms: Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcast fix from. We'll be back again with more insights soon. Subscribe now to never miss an episode.